How does someone rise from the streets of Chicago to become a global icon, only to lose it all in a storm of controversy and chaos? This is the extraordinary story of Kanye West, a man who changed music, redefined fashion, and challenged the world, only to face his darkest moments before attempting to rise again. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon, because today, we're diving deep into one of the most dramatic comeback stories in modern history, humble beginnings. On June 8, 1977, Kanye Omari West was born in Atlanta, Georgia. He and his mother, Dr. Donda West, a university professor who became his greatest influence, relocated to Chicago following the divorce of his parents. She supported his individuality, his inventiveness, and his conviction that greatness was in his future. One of the first black photojournalists at the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, his father, Ray West, was also a creative. Kanye was unique even as a youngster. He spent hours creating rhymes and experimenting with beats because he liked poetry, art, and music. He recorded his debut rap in a basement studio when he was just 13 years old. His destiny would be determined by his decision to drop out of Chicago State University at the age of 20 in order to pursue music full-time. Beats to breakthrough. Kanye had a difficult childhood. Before Rockefeller Records took notice, he produced music for local Chicago artists. His production of Jay-Z's The Blueprint 2001 marked his breakthrough. Kanye's soulful, chipmunk sampling approach created the sound of a new era, and the album went on to become a classic. Kanye aspired to be more than just a behind-the-scenes mastermind, even though his beats were well-liked. He desired attention. The suggestion was dismissed by label officials who claimed he didn't fit the rapper image. He was simply strengthened by that rejection. His jaw was still taped shut when he recorded Through the Wire in 2002, following a near-fatal car accident. That song came to represent his tenacity and the fact that nothing could stop him from pursuing his goals. The college dropout era. The College Dropout rocked the industry when it came out in 2004. It sold more than 3 million copies and brought Kanye 3 Grammy victories and 10 nominations. In a rap scene where gangsta storylines predominate, it was a welcome change. Kanye rapped on faith, family, insecurity, and dreams instead of violence. Spirituality entered the mainstream of hip-hop with songs like Jesus Walks, while All Falls Down revealed socioeconomic constraints. Stereotypes were broken by Kanye's backpacker persona and pink polos. In addition to creating music, he was encouraging millions of people who didn't fit the mold and redefining identity. Rise to stardom. Kanye transformed from a rapper to a cultural celebrity with the release of Graduation, 2007, and Late Registration, 2005. Each record was a statement thanks to his utilization of computerized beats, live orchestras, and cinematic vision. A pivotal moment in hip-hop history was the renowned 2007 confrontation between 50 Cent's Curtis and Kanye's Graduation. The emergence of creative, introspective artistry and the decline of gangsta rap were signaled by Kanye's outselling of 50 Cent. By this time, Kanye was influencing pop culture in addition to becoming the #1 artist on the charts. He had an impact on visual narrative, design, and music. Every interview and appearance turned into a spectacle. Loss and heartbreak. But there was suffering behind the achievement. Donda West, Kanye's cherished mother, died in November 2007 following complications from surgery. He was devastated by her passing. "My mother was my everything, my spirit," he frequently remarked. Kanye fell into despair and anguish as a result of this tragedy and the breakup of his engagement to designer Alexis Pfeiffer. 808s and heartbreak sprang from that gloom, 2008. It was emotional, frigid, and filled with loneliness. Although it first perplexed critics, it eventually emerged as one of the most significant albums of the 21st century, opening doors for musicians like Drake, The Weeknd, and Juice WRL'd. Dark fantasy era. In 2009, Kanye's infamous MTV VMA interruption of Taylor Swift became global news. He was booed, mocked, and vilified. The media called him arrogant, unstable, and out of control. So, Kanye disappeared. He worked tirelessly on new music for months in Hawaii, away from the spotlight. His detractors were silenced by what followed. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy 2010 wasn't just an album. It was a masterpiece. Rolling Stone referred to it as the album of a generation, while critics praised it as flawless. His suffering, ego, and artistic talent were transformed into a symphony of emotion by songs like Power and Runaway. It became one of the most lauded albums ever produced and won several Grammys. Kanye had transformed public animosity into artistic brilliance, the Yeezy revolution. However, Kanye continued to push the envelope. He shifted his attention to fashion in 2013 and co-founded the Yeezy brand with Adidas. In spite of early derision, Yeezy rose to prominence in popular culture. Sneakers sold out in seconds, and their futuristic, minimalist designs created trends around the world. By 2020, Yeezy was making more than $1.8 billion a year, and Forbes declared Kanye a billionaire with a net worth of more than $2 billion. He had evolved from a musician to an empire builder who combined business, fashion, and the arts. "I'm not a designer, I'm a creator. I'm the nucleus," Kanye famously declared. Controversy and collapse, but there is a cost to fame. Kanye's actions became more unpredictable as time went on. He made divisive remarks that split supporters, went on political tirades, and endorsed Donald Trump. His online anti-Semitic comments in 2022 marked the tipping point. The reaction was swift and intense. His largest partners, Adidas, Balenciaga, and Gap, all canceled their agreements. Kanye's net worth dropped by $1.5 billion in less than 48 hours. Almost suddenly, he went from being a billionaire to being broke. Media headlines referred to him as canceled, and the world watched as his empire fell apart. Isolation and reflection. Kanye left the spotlight after the storm. He stopped using social media, sold his houses, and was seldom ever seen outside of his new marriage to Bianca Censori. There were rumors that he was secretly developing new architectural, fashion, and musical designs. Kanye's streaming figures kept rising even after he lost his partnerships. Gold Digger, Flashing Lights, and Stronger continued to receive millions of plays every month. Despite his wounds, his influence persisted. According to those close to him, he was concentrating on his mental, spiritual, and artistic well-being. His former erratic demeanor gave way to a guy in search of solitude and tranquility. The rebirth begins. In late 2024, rumors of Kanye's comeback began circulating. He was seen working on new Yeezy designs independently, this time without corporate interference. Whispers of a new album. Unlike his past comebacks, this one wasn't loud. It was slow, deliberate, and introspective. Kanye seemed more mature, more grounded. For the first time, it looked like he wanted to rebuild not just his brand, but also his soul. Legacy of a legend. Today, Kanye West stands as one of the most complex figures in modern history. With 24 Grammy Awards, over 160 million records sold, and fashion lines worth billions, his achievements are undeniable. But so are his mistakes. He blurred the line between genius and madness, between art and controversy. His career is a reflection of modern fame, raw, unpredictable, and deeply human. Whether you admire him or despise him, there's no denying that Kanye changed the world. He reinvented the sound of hip-hop, redefined fashion, and reimagined what it means to be an artist. And that, my friends, is the rise, fall, and rebirth of Kanye West, a man who refused to be ordinary. From Chicago's dreamer to billionaire icon, from public villain to artist reborn, his story teaches us that even in ruin, creativity survives. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts below. Whose story should we cover next? Another fallen genius or a legend reborn? Stay tuned, because this isn't the end. It's only Act 2.